Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's special deep dive. It is an honor for me to speak to you guys today, but it is also a pleasure to introduce our CEO and founder of BLACKFORT, Stefan Huber. Today, he and myself will give you a detailed overview about what's going on at BLACKFORT at the moment and, of course, in the near future, as well as we're going to talk about the new pre-launch project of BLACKFORT called BLACKFORT Zero. And then I would say that without further ado, I don't want to talk too much. I would say I will directly give over the words to our CEO, Stefan. He will give you the first brief introduction, then he will go switch back to me and so forth. So the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, also from my side, I want to welcome everyone. It's been some time since I joined one of these calls, and we see that today it's going to be some very important information in not only what's going to happen with BLACKFORT Zero, but also to give you all a little bit of update on what is happening with BLACKFORT in general. It's been some very, very interesting few months for us in the past. And not only interesting, quite challenging sometimes. We did have certain hurdles in our way, especially because, we are very focused on delivering products. We're very focused on upping our game. We are very focused also on marketing our departments, our people, expansion of team, getting everyone aligned. And I think that we are on a very good track with this, seeing also how we did our event that every one of you probably saw. The people, the team, everyone, thank you very much. It was such a great event. It was the first time that we did it in this way. So we did also have a little bit of hurdles sometimes with our translations and all, but rest assured, we are working very hard on transporting all this information as good as possible towards you, and not only in German and English, but also in the other languages. So just as a quick side note, we are going to upload the original video for everyone to see, working on a certain replacement for all the other languages as well to get this information. Now, thank you, Mario, for the introduction. I'm looking forward to this today. In essence, I'm going to give you, or we will speak about two different things. We don't have as much time as we do on an event, but we're going to focus on BXN, and we're going to focus on BLACKFORT Zero. Now, I'm going to give the update on BXN first, which I think is very important. BLACKFORT is evolving. As everyone knows, we have had a very successful time of sale for our nodes, which are primarily the instances that let this blockchain operate the way it is operating. It is also going to experience an upgrade, a technical upgrade that we have started communicating previously in emails and in some of our deep dives with Mario. So we are working on this rollout of enhancements to our blockchain, enhancements also to our validation system, to the speed, to the scalability, and opening also connections to further services, products such as Layer Zero in the future. Within this rollout process, it was very important for us to finish our sale of the BLACKFORT node, so we can direct ourselves in terms of BXN into a more traditional way of marketing, which is very important, that the product now goes live, the product and its utilities go into marketing, into communication online. We have prepared a very big first marketing campaign that also inherits the use of KOLs, key opinion leaders, a couple of very good influencers that are going to follow this with us, and not only going to talk about an upgrade, but we are going to do this in sequence. So into marketing, we will now put the upgrade of blockchain, the review of blockchain, the review of BLACKFORT as a general, and also the review of BLACKFORT utilities, including the BXN token. Because now the focus is to get BXN out to the people and not only keep it with the people that are producing it. So it is now for us to create the demand for the technology that BXN can deliver in the market. Since now our affiliate marketing with the sale of BLACKFORT nodes is done, and we are moving into a traditional way of marketing for our products, there comes in the new opportunity or further opportunity of BLACKFORT Zero. And I want to very clearly state that BLACKFORT Zero is a further idea. It is an enhancement of the BLACKFORT multiverse. It is an underlying technology that can connect and will connect BXN layer 1 to other layer 1 blockchains as a main solution for scalability, not only for BLACKFORT and the BXN, but also scalability in terms of movement of cryptocurrencies between blockchains. And in no way or shape or form is BLACKFORT Zero any type of competition to BXN. BXN is a very great technology that has now been delivered into the market and is going into the process of adoption. And BLACKFORT Zero is a further idea to enhance the reach of BLACKFORT as a brand into the community of cryptocurrencies and also into opening possibilities through which on layer zeros real world companies could interact with data with the world of blockchains. I think as for now, let's leave it there and then we can...
Maybe Stefan, could you maybe give some words to the audience regarding our CertiK update? Do you maybe have some words regarding that?
Yes. So since we have technically prepared, we've been in CertiK audit for some time. And as you saw, it was very close to the release of information with our event, but we managed to get everything through. We had accepted all findings of CertiK. We have mediated all possible bugs, and we are ready to implement the code as you see it in the audit, and they've done a really great job, by the way, our developers.
Thank you very much, Stefan, for your great overview. And now I would like to connect directly to what Stefan said and deep dive a little bit more into our ecosystem. And therefore, I have some slides prepared for you guys, basically the same slides than you have seen at my presentation a couple of days ago. Since we have it, I want to definitely show it to you. Now you can see me. So also from my side, it is very, very important to understand what I want to transport with this presentation. Stefan already put an emphasis on it, but you can't say it enough. Just because now the node sale has ended, that is definitely not the end for BLACKFORT Layer 1 as a product development. It's rather the opposite. We are just getting started, and now we are putting 100% of our effort into the BLACKFORT Layer 1 blockchain in order to, release the products, the services, and everything. And I want to go basically step by step through all our branches of BLACKFORT and give you a small update, which brings us directly to our first slide here, the BLACKFORT blockchain. That's the topic Stefan just discussed. I just want to wrap it up. So now the CertiK, the audit which we really needed in order to go ahead for the upgrade event, everything is already finally done. We are already now in contact with exchanges in order to prepare the upgrade event. Delegation to those master nodes is already fully prepared. That means as soon as we do the upgrade event, the first master nodes on the chain will be launched and the fully decentralization of our blockchain will come into place now very, very soon, since those steps are already finished. And followed by this, we will have extensive marketing campaigns, like Stefan said, not only for BLACKFORT blockchain, but since we have this split now as a technology company itself, basically, when we go into more traditional marketing, there will be campaigns for all different branches of BLACKFORT, like BLACKFORT blockchain. I also think that some of you guys want to know what's going on in the DeFi sector. So we've been talking to lots of projects over the last years, and there is right now, as we speak, there is development going on certain things, all DeFi on the BLACKFORT blockchain. So in 2025, because 2024 is now already over, in 2025, we will see some really, really cool solutions in the DeFi areas, which will also, bring traffic, will bring much more users on our chain, and therefore help the entire ecosystem in general. So the like I said, the development on the chain itself is not over yet. We are getting started, and we are working together, with certain development teams that come in, and they are going to start building on the chain and already do so as we speak. All right, now second slide here, BLACKFORT Wallet. You guys all know BLACKFORT Wallet was basically the beginning of BLACKFORT. That was the very first BLACKFORT Wallet. I'm pretty sure that some of you guys still remember the BLACKFORT Wallet 1, so the 1.0, the first version, and now we've obviously upgraded it a lot and are having a much better solution here. And the BLACKFORT Wallet is a key component of the entire BLACKFORT ecosystem. It's very important for us as a company also, to get visible out there. And we've had quite some successful times with the BLACKFORT Wallet. We have more than 300,000 downloads. We have integrated some cool features, but here we are also only at the start. We will also implement more and more functions, utilities. I would like to say more, but you will hear more and more information, let's say it like this, communicated directly through BLACKFORT, through the email system. But BLACKFORT Wallet will develop a lot also in the next year. And our goal is then hopefully to finally in 2025 reach 1 million downloads. But I'm pretty sure with the support of you guys all out there spreading the message, we will definitely be able to do so. All right, BLACKFORT Pay, next topic. I need to go fast here because we still have lots of stuff to discuss. I know lots of you guys are already waiting for BLACKFORT Pay. And yes, we are all aware of that. But what also Stefan just mentioned before, what we want to do and what we as a company stand for, whenever we release a product or a services, we want this product to be on a solid foundation, as well as in terms of development, but also on the legal side. And especially in 2024, there have been lots of changes due to regulations in the European zone, let's say it like that, which led us basically to adapt our roadmap a little bit. We had to adjust here and there. We've done that very well, in my opinion. But, stuff like this obviously takes time. What we have done in the past, where we haven't talked about that much publicly also, is that we have been working on creating our in-house compliance team. So like an fully in-house team that is responsible for everything compliance. And this will come in very handy, as soon as we launch stuff like BLACKFORT Pay in the very close future. Let's say like this. Due to all these regulation changes and things, we didn't start developing here. We've worked on it to have a little bit cooler functions. So there will be functions where you can add family members to your accounts, give them a certain amount of budget, or whenever you have like a company, you will also be able to open up company accounts. You can, give access to certain team members with certain budgets or rights and stuff like this. So it's going to be a very cool solution. And yes, we wanted it already to be launched, but we're in the final stages. Right now, there is some tweaks here and there to do so. And for those of you guys who want to be the first ones to be informed when it's finally started, please go to our website, blackfortpay.com, put in your best email address in our newsletter section, and then you will be informed very close. So there has been so much work done here only in this section of BLACKFORT, which you haven't seen on the front. That's why sometimes for you people it might seem that there is nothing going on here, or that there is no development, but it's rather the opposite. In the background, we are working so hard that when we finally deliver the product and when it's out there, that it's on a solid legal foundation, and nobody can basically, and there will be no problems using this products in any legal way. Let's say it like this. So here also, like I said, you will get information very soon. All right, now let's come to the next topic. This is basically one of my favorite topics. That's the tokenization of assets, and in this case, BLACKFORT real estate. For those who have followed my deep dives in the past, or have seen some other translated videos, I think our Italian team is very good at translating my calls into Italian. We've been talking a lot about tokenization in the past, and already like months ago, I have explained that in terms of tokenization of assets, BLACKFORT is going to be unique once it hits the market, because we have a very, very different approach from other competitors in this industry out there. So we have built an entire legal framework, a company setups, which allows us, to buy, sell real estate, to rent real estate. We are building the platform on our own. So there is nothing where we rely on a third party when it comes to tokenization. The first apartments of BLACKFORT Real Estate are already bought, are already being rented out and generating revenue. So this is all already finished since a couple of months already. And now I just want to give you a little bit of an insight of also regulatory changes, especially in the European Union. So our first approach, worldwide approach, which is still a good approach, is to use asset-backed utility tokens in order to tokenize an asset. But since our laws have changed in Europe for lots of countries, which, and you guys have probably seen it, they are attacking USDT, for instance, very, very hard in Europe now. So USDT is getting less and less. USDC is coming. USDT, by the way, is also an asset-backed utility token. And now, and that's why through these regulations that have become much, much more stricter, we are working with our teams of lawyers in Europe on a solution to offer a security token product, which is basically a regulated token for European customers. In order to do so, the entire process, because this is my expertise, I've done this in the past, has become a lot harder to do in Europe than it was a couple of years ago. But nevertheless, here we are also in the final stages of finding a solution, especially Germany, Austria, Italy, France, Spain, those major countries in Europe. You really need to be in order with the regulations. We are not going to step on the market halfly regulated or something like this. We want to be on a solid foundation, and it's coming. I know you guys also are waiting for this eagerly, and we are very, very close to it. And also information regarding everything BLACKFORT Real Estate will come through our email section or through our emails we are sending out. Which brings us directly to the next section here, BLACKFORT Platforms. BLACKFORT Platforms, so now I have it, is also a branch of BLACKFORT, which has been founded late 2023, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. This is a whole different group of companies within the entire BLACKFORT ecosystem, because what I'm also have been telling in the past a lot, that we see that one of our strongest legs on the BLACKFORT blockchain in the future is definitely going to be tokenization of assets. And our first entry in this market with BLACKFORT is going to be the tokenization of real estate. But then in the not so distant future, we also, want to explore other markets of tokenization, like tokenization of precious metals, tokenization of art and other stuff. And all these different kinds of tokenizations where there is different laws and everything that appear for there, they will be built by BLACKFORT platforms. So this is not the blockchain development branch of BLACKFORT, but that's like a platform development branch with different developers that their only job is to work on these kind of platforms and regulations in the future. So that's basically the end of my presentation for now. And I hope that you can see now and really understand that BLACKFORT is about to start now. Now we have that upgrade event. We could have started marketing earlier. There would have been a bunch of stuff that we could have done earlier, but that wouldn't have made sense. If you're like Stefan, he is in charge of a huge group of companies. You always need to make the right decisions for the future of the company and for you as our note holders with BLACKFORT. And that's why this upgrade event Certic audit was so important in order to do the next steps. We are already through it with now. It's finalized. So we can now go full blast BLACKFORT blockchain layer 1. And now I would say we are going to switch to the next part where we will talk about BLACKFORT Zero. And I will start off here with some education. I'm gonna keep it simple and gonna keep it short. And after that, Stefan is going to talk to you guys again and give you a little bit of a deeper explanation. First things first, what you need to understand, BLACKFORT Zero is a pre-launch product. So it's starting now. Of course, there has been some preparations already in the past, but this is a pre-launch product and is not in any competition at all with the BLACKFORT Layer 1.0. I know with the BLACKFORT Layer 1 blockchain. I know I've said that a couple of times today before, but it's really, really important to understand that everybody understands that. So what does BLACKFORT Zero even stand for? When we're talking about zero, what is zero? In this case, with BLACKFORT Zero, we are talking about a different kind of protocol. We are talking about a so-called layer 0 blockchain. You guys have learned about what a layer 1 blockchain is over the past year. So I would say most of you guys know what is a layer 1, even know what is a layer 2. There is now a little bit of a hype of layer 3s and all that kind of stuff, but I will not deep dive into that. I want to just give a little bit of an overview of what actually is a layer 0, because the use case of a layer 0 blockchain is complete in the opposite direction. I wouldn't say completely opposite, but it's a completely different use case than regular layer 0.1 protocols have. And if you have listened to Stefan carefully before, a layer 0 protocol basically is something that makes it very, very easy to communicate and transfer assets between different blockchains. So right now, it's very, very tough to move assets from one chain to the other. There is, of course, stuff like bridges out there, which is not very easy to use for most of the people. Lots of DeFi hacks have been done on bridging. So it's not the best solution. It's a solution you can use, but in the future, this will change. So in the future, since blockchain technology is being used more and more and more all over the world, the interoperability, that blockchains can seamlessly communicate with each other is going to be more and more important. And this is why a layer 0 protocol is in addition to the BLACKFORT multiverse is a perfect thing to do over the next years. We as with BLACKFORT, we are expanding the development teams, and we are always trying to work on the forefront to build, not only projects for now or products for now, but also stuff in the future, so that then when the times come that we are prepared also to deliver. And with layer 0 blockchains, and this is probably Stefan is going to talk about it. It's very, very interesting, and this is something for potential customers of the new product. And I'm just going to make it very, very short. So here you have a really, really nice potential, not to earn rewards like standard staking rewards, so what we all know. You'll be able to earn rewards in different kinds of cryptocurrencies, depending on what blockchains are being communicated with and on what blockchains are certain smart contracts being executed. So this is going to be a very, very interesting space, and we will definitely do our own separate education calls where I will give you, a deep dive into layer 0 protocols and what are they, what are other competitors out there, what is their direction, what is our direction, we will go, how does it work with the decentralization, how does the product on that protocol is working seamlessly together with everything. So this is stuff you will learn a lot about in the upcoming days, weeks, and months, but only step by step, because otherwise it would be too much. So since you guys now know that a layer 0 protocol is something completely different, so what it can do, for instance, let's say we have the layer 0. I can connect our BLACKFORT blockchain with that layer 0 and with another blockchain. Let's say I want to have assets on Polygon. I'm just saying one thing now. Let's say I have one NFT on the Polygon chain and I want to have it on the BLACKFORT blockchain. I can seamlessly move it through the layer 0 from one protocol to the other, back and forth, without having to be that knowledgeable. Let's say like this: the user interface is going to be much easier than with certain bridges that you know from today. And yeah, I think before I'll go too much into detail, I would say I will give back the word to Stefan now. And maybe Stefan, you can give us a little bit an overview about what was the idea behind BLACKFORT Zero. Why do you think it's such a good addition to the ecosystem? And maybe explain a little bit about the advantages of the product. I mean, you're the professional here, so the stage is yours. Thank you very much, Stefan.
Yes. Thank you very much. And I'm just gonna connect to what you just said and combine it a little bit about how it actually came to be, this mission and also the vision for BLACKFORT Zero to enter into the multiverse of BLACKFORT. And this is, and I think I'm gonna go to a topic that we didn't really speak about before in our calls, but we could make the connection quite easily with it. And going to an inception of an idea that we would say BLACKFORT blockchain developers can now start building something. For us, it has to make sense. It is not something that we'll put it into a sale just for the sake of selling it, but we think that, and I'm gonna just come to it how it came to be. It has to make sense. It needs to add value into not only the BLACKFORT ecosystem, but it also has to bring value into the world of blockchains. And as an entry point, I want to give you all a little bit of the way we were thinking with this. It goes back to a very, very classic theme that was spoken about in the cryptocurrency world, especially by Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum. And it goes to the, so to say, blockchain trilemma. I think that's a good one to start off, right? Think of it like this. You will have different characteristics in a blockchain protocol, and I'll compare it. Imagine if you're trying to design a car and it's the fastest and the safest and the most fuel efficient, for example. But in reality, if you're making a car faster, it's gonna be less fuel efficient. If you make it safer, it might add weight to it and it will slow it down. You can't maximize all three without some trade-offs. So this is exactly what blockchain developers have to kind of grapple with every day when you're making a decision on what to build. And this trilemma involves a balancing of three key spaces, which is obviously the first one, decentralization. And this is the essence of blockchain. It's a network that's not controlled by a single entity. It allows for transparency and reduces risks of centralized failure, for example. Secondly, we would always look at security. We need the network to be robust against attacks. We need to ensure that transactions are valid and that data isn't tampered with. And thirdly, it is the scalability. And there you made a good connection already before. The scalability, the more people use a network or the more people use certain functionality in the blockchain space, such as making payments worldwide using stablecoins, for example, it just needs to handle a growing number of interactions or transactions without slowing down a certain protocol, but also making sure that all parties, wherever they are, however they want to accept such currencies, whether it's on BXN chain in the future, or it's on Ethereum or on any other blockchain, you would need solutions to actually scale the general problem of moving assets between parties in this world. So we see, just as we saw when we started building BLACKFORT blockchain, BXN, we see that here is kind of like a vacuum. There is some ideas, there is some layer zero, there's some bridging options, but there is no one at the moment that actually combines all of this in-house. And here is where we see a great gap for us to move in. Our blockchain developers have, finished the building of our blockchain technology, and having them at hand, being as good as they are, we can focus BLACKFORT technology to work seamlessly together with BLACKFORT, with other EVM chains as a first instance, and also build the connection between blockchains that we would see as oracles. And moving into BLACKFORT Zero, it is not just another idea, it is a scalable option for us to provide the market with functionality of moving assets from one side to the other side with the least possible ways of compromise. Because unlike a few years ago, today, more people are using blockchain as those that actually really understand what the blockchain actually is. So in this trilemma that everyone in the blockchain industry tries to solve, we see the possibility of making something easier and accessible, even if it's a little bit harder to build. But giving a solution for that is most probably the best way to move forward and actually put people that know what they're doing at hand to work and open up possibilities.
That is something you have said very, very nicely, Stefan. And I think this is something you guys need to think about. So it's not just, we are launching any new whatever product. There has been put a lot of thought into it. How is the cryptocurrency industry evolving over the next years? And I think that we think that with this combination and this integration and the power of our developers we have, if we are able to deliver a solution for this trilemma here in the future, I think this will bring us in a very, very good market position, and is a very, very it's a good thing to do, and it's probably the obvious next step for us as a company to do so. And I think this is really, really great. So maybe you could tell the people a little bit about the process, because probably it's going to be similar, because you're the one that has professionally built a blockchain already. So what are going to be the next steps we are going now with this BLACKFORT Zero project, or the development team that has been set up for that?
So it's basically the way we're going to start implementing BLACKFORT Zero. It's going to be quite similar to BXN, but the start of it is going to be a little bit different. Since we did, and it also comes hand in hand, really, since we have this possibility, actually, great possibility to upgrade BXN onto a technology, including Hyperledger functionality and the options to actually communicate with it in a different way, opens up a lot of new ideas also on how BLACKFORT Zero can connect to us and also to others. So first of all, we're going to start building, of course, the core of the blockchain protocol. But secondly, it's going to be communication before we start calculations, communication between BXN, communication of wallets, and communication of oracles. So oracle building is most likely going to be one of the first things. That includes not only BLACKFORT functionality, but also functionality between other blockchains. So oracles are going to be in the focus, together with underlying technology in the core of BLACKFORT Zero, and then of course move forward in all the interactions that the blockchain protocol can actually do on its own. And then as a last step, we are going to efficiently work on the validation of this blockchain protocol, whereby we will extend it to be a little bit different than BXN, or a little bit different than, let's say, just a blockchain. We're going to also inherit the validation of movement, of foreign assets that enter this protocol and also exit the protocol. So people that in the last instance, what we will build will inherit the possibility to delegate proof of stake authority into the validation system, but not only to generate tokens, but this also allows us to have a distributed weight and a decentralized way of guaranteeing the proper functionality or the final transaction between the blockchain, the oracle going out into another blockchain, or also on the incoming side. And I'll give a small example. Let's say you would have USDT on a wallet, client-side wallet. It's all client-side functionality. Holding it, by the way, on BLACKFORT wallet, who is optimized to also do the cross-chain transaction at that point, you would be able to say, I want to move USDT from, let's say, Ethereum to BXN or from Ethereum to Polygon, and the protocol is going to calculate what it will do. It's going to search the oracles for the point of entry and the point of exit. And upon you doing the zero oracle transfer onto the other blockchain, it's going to execute receiving the currency or the asset. It's going to lock it. It's going to use a burn and mint functionality onto the other chain, and it's going to release onto the target address on the foreign chain. Through this whole process, there will be 3 or 4 instances of validation to which people holding or owning links are going to be participating in the generation of fees for the service. It's going to be very efficient. It's going to be little as per each transaction, but it is built for the scalability, as we just heard in the blockchain trilemma, where we want to be sure that to prepare really for scalability and let the people have the opportunity to also earn not only on production of tokens, not only on transaction fees of a protocol, but also to earn and participate in the moving of foreign currencies through our protocols.
All right, thank you very much, Stefan. And I know Stefan is very often using very specific language, and it's probably tough to understand what exactly he has said now. But don't worry. Starting from now, we will do regular presentations where we explain everything in detail, and so you're going to become a layer zero expert in no time. Let's say it like this. I think I want to deep dive a little bit more into the product itself, because you have mentioned it now, Stefan. You have mentioned the links. The links are the new products that can be purchased basically by now. And maybe I can wrap it up real quick, as I like to explain it very, very often. A link, in the case we've built it here, is basically an evolution of the nodes you guys know from BLACKFORT. And as Stefan has already said, with these kind of links, you will not only be delegating in order to add a certain weight and receive block rewards in terms of staking or internal transaction fees. As a holder of these links, everybody will also will get a share of like Stefan said, the entry and exit fees of different blockchains, respective their different cryptocurrencies. So as a link holder in the future, you will not only be able to earn the native token as a reward, but you will also be able to earn other cryptocurrencies from other blockchains directly to your wallet. And the entire ecosystem, if you compare it to the BLACKFORT ecosystem, is also way, way smaller. So it's a very exclusive thing we're going to build here over the next years. And like I said, there will be more and more information coming up over the next days. There will be presentations in different languages. So please talk to your leaders and ask for those dates for the presentations. And as you hear it a couple of times, you will get more and more used to it anyway. So I think that's a really, really good summary, a good overview. Stefan, is there anything you would like to add on for today?
I just want to really put an emphasis on the following. We do very happily what we do, and coming up with ideas that can actually benefit this world in what we live in operating cryptocurrency daily. We are very excited. We're very excited not only for a product and a new challenge for the future. But we are also very excited that, with in the past few weeks, who were so important for our initial big product, it's now a groundbreaking and ground laying time for us, that we can actually focus on delivering this product into the market. We already see people that are going to be our partners, projects, developers that are using our testnet to test products on BXN, that everyone is welcome to do already. Also, before we do the upgrade event, testnet is open for all developers. We are very keen on the near future on onboarding projects, onboarding new ideas also into the BXN ecosystem, and we will deliver it on the go together with a lot of marketing communication between BLACKFORT and also external marketers and people who are now going into the sale of BLACKFORT Zero, giving a new chance for something that will come next year and the year after that, where people on the way can see how BLACKFORT is working, how we are delivering, and what our approach is in terms of this. And I think it's very important for people to understand it.
Perfect. I think that wraps it up perfectly. And that's some really, really good last words for this call. So I won't add too much to it. So thank you very much, Stefan, for taking your time today and speaking to us. And thank you very much. Have a nice weekend and see you soon.